Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle. It's good being here chatting with you today. Again, it's Small Talk Tuesday. And before I get started, I wanted to talk about special thanks to everybody who's been hitting me up on Instagram, who's been telling me how much they enjoy the podcast, who's been listening. It is not in vain. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who's given small donations to the podcast for support. Anybody who missed that link, it's anchor.fm/Real Talk with Michelle /support. The link is in all the podcast notes. Feel free to throw something out there. It definitely helps me with sound and getting out graphics and things like that. I really appreciate your support. So without further ado, I was shuffling the cards. This week's energy is really great because Saturn has came out of retrograde, which is wonderful. So it's moving direct again. It's been stationed retrograde maybe since April, I think. And so everything that's kind of happened between those months and now is kind of I don't know how everybody else feels, but I kind of felt like I was going through these karmic motions, these situations where I felt like, why does this energy feel the same? Why am I backtracking and having feelings of insecurity? Why am I so worried about my work and how everything's supposed to work out? Because that's just not generally who I am or the energy that I sit in to worry or wonder. So, with that being said, with the planets starting to move forward again, Saturn is it's ruled by Capricorn. It's the father of the zodiac. It's very fixed. It's very steady. So it's going to work on the things that you were giving energy to that you should not have been giving energy to the things that you might have been doing that don't fit your higher self. All those things kind of rule with Saturn. So I'm kind of glad that Saturn is moving again. Super excited about it. I need that energy to go. I want to definitely still keep Small Talk Tuesdays really short, but I wanted to just throw that out there if you've kind of been wondering why from April to now in September or whenever you're listening to this, because the message will get you like it's supposed to, that you might have been feeling just a little stuck, a little set, maybe dealing with some situations. If you had some karmic situations kind of rolling back around to you, or you felt like things were slow for you, that is more than likely what was going on. If you kind of subscribe to these things. Before I get into the card that I pulled, I want to take a small break and thank our sponsors. All right, welcome back. So, guys, I pulled the Queen of Pentacles this week. And the Queen of Pentacles is a card of great abundance. This makes so much sense in relation to me coming out of Saturn being in retrograde. It was a lot of financial things for me and kind of trying to figure out like how to make everything work, how to get everything paid that needs to be paid, how to get all things like taken care of, because that was kind of bits of karmic lessons for me there. So I don't know how it relates to you, but it's a card of great abundance if you've kind of been going through things where you're trying to figure out how things are going to work for you. The energy pulls that were like things are going to go back in the correct direction. That's what I feel. And the card itself is just the Queen of Pentacles has, and I'm reading this from the Biddy Tarot book, just kind of going off and still doing a little bit of learning. But the Queen of Pentacles has like an inner richness. Like the Queen of Pentacles is rich not only in earthly resources, but also in spirit. So whenever the Queen of Pentacles might come against a problem or a situation, she can apply her own truths that she has within herself to move forward. So it's like once you have realized that you understand how to fix a problem, the truth of it is it's probably a root to the problem and you have to take it out in order to move forward. But the Queen of Pentacles says like you have that energy, you're going to be able to do that. Keep moving forward because the Queen's power lies in her inner wisdom. because the queen, and I am paraphrasing, the queen can distribute the things that she has. So I figure for me, that's budgeting. I know how to put things in their correct spot where they go so that I can figure out like how to keep the abundance flowing to me. So if you have been working in any part of your life, because abundance doesn't always mean money, it can mean whatever it means to you, whether it be creating more happiness, abundance of love, all those things. Like you can create those things if you are willing to root out the root problems of those, then all the abundance can come to you. So it's a card of security, abundance, inner and outer wealth. It's a very maternal card. So you might have someone in your life who is very wise, who has a lot of wisdom, who's here to kind of lend an ear to you, but also give you really, really good advice about like how you should move forward. If not, then this card is a situation that you have to kind of come around using your own maternal instincts, your own inner voice, your own inner guidance. It's a wise person. It's the coming of financial assistance if needed. If this is a person, you'd be wise to accept friendship from them, to have them around. And I'm really excited. I'm happy to pull the Queen of Pentacles. I'm super glad about it. It has been a wonderful day, I can say for myself. So again, it's Small Talk Tuesday. I want to thank you again for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle. I hope that the Queen of Pentacles energy is reaching everybody, and us coming out of Saturn retrograde is finally good. I needed some lightness. Been a lot of heaviness in the pools, but thanks for listening. Make sure you like, rate, and subscribe. That's super important. It matters where the podcast lands. Please go rate, review, subscribe in Apple. Make sure that you subscribe in Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, all the ways that you can find me. Make sure that you're reviewing. Make sure you're telling other people to listen. It's super important to me. Again, you can support me by going to anchor.fm/Real Talk with Michelle /support. You can do that monthly. You can do that one time. Very small, but it definitely helps me be able to sustain the podcast and keep going. Again, you can leave me voice messages in Anchor. I love hearing them. I love to see the support on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening to Real Talk with Michelle on Small Talk Tuesday, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye, guys.